Hey, you know what, Kobe?
What's that, Barry?
New love runs deep. It runs deep.
Not that deep.
Oh, nice callback. What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This?
A theme music.
Welcome to the second month of a Tubi original movie.
Second week.
Oh, second week. Sorry.
We could do 2 months of Tubi originals.
It's funny, you know, we're on Tubi. Sometimes I pull original movies and then like only a limited amount comes up. But then like when you start like just browsing randomly, I was like, that wasn't in the thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Like what our last movie of the month probably will be. Moonshark. Or is it Shark Moon?
I don't know. He's got a shark in the title. It's got to be. Is that like werewolf sharks? Is that?
No, they're on the moon.
What?
But that's not the movie we're doing today, guys.
No.
So let's go to our first segment.
I was like, I didn't watch the trailer for this before it started because there wasn't one.
Exactly. Let's go to our first segment where I do a little Dr. Seuss for you guys. All right. Oh, Tasha, undercover reporter. Trying to find the truth of a hazing gone wrong. Can she discover before the opportunity is gone? Discover it before the opportunity is gone? Wanting to grab the scoop while jumping through all these hoops. Can she uncover these mysteries? Or will they remain buried? Ah, damn, I didn't end that. It's like a haiku.
Yeah, the third and fifth line have to rhyme. Nothing else. That's fine, right?
Yeah, but no. Today we're going to be talking about 2022's Tubi original movie, Rush for Your Life. Before we kind of talk about it, Colby, so since there was like absolutely no trailer,
yeah,
what were your expectations? There you go.
I had the movie poster, and I had the cast list, and I was like, okay, this is. Like I get that rush, like they're like rushing at like a fraternity rush,
right?
And if it's to be original, it's probably horror. So yeah, like it's like frat boy killing off the sorority babes or something. You know, I was kind of like that was kind of like I was thinking. I was definitely getting slasher vibes.
Oh yeah, like definitely like a college slasher. Like there was that one movie where it was like a webcam house sort of feel.
Right. Yep.
And then like the way that the poster for this movie looked like, I was like, oh, you know, like we had a strong female African American lead.
Right.
And I was like, cool. I hope they don't make her look absolutely nuts. Which they didn't. I feel like they kept that to a minimum.
Right.
And I was like, cool. Like,
and then there's another African American girl in here, and her pictures, she looks gorgeous. Mm-hmm. And then she shows up in this, and I'm like, she's like an 11-year-old in college. I was like, they casted somebody who looked so young, or the way they did her up, she looked so young for this movie, for like a college movie.
You know, but it's funny though, because then like, you know, now that we're like, you know, our older, we still remember when phones were connected to the house. Yeah. You know, it's funny, like when I look back at it now, and I look at like people like, you know, in college and stuff, I'm like, they look like children. They look like children dressing up like adults.
Right.
So maybe that's what it was. Yeah, it was really weird. Like the way that people looked in this movie, they looked either really young or like, no, you're like 35. So weird. But hey, what can we expect from a Tubi original with a bunch of people just starting out?
So, right. I did not recognize anybody.
Yeah, so good for them. Good for them. All right, let's do a little recap of this movie. We start off at a sorority party,
Yep.
and someone falls off the roof.
Yeah. You just
Party
see
over.
a body's flat. Bloom.
And do you think that's enough to kill somebody?
Yeah, I guess because you hear about people who jump off like a highway bridge and die.
But I feel like that's like they don't die from the fall; they die from the car that isn't expecting a body to fall.
That is, I had never really thought about that.
Because if they land on a car, they're like dropping, so there's that velocity, and there's a car coming at 70 miles an hour.
Right. You're like, oh, I hit the ground and I broke my arm and I can't get out of this car that's coming at me at 50 miles an hour. And
yeah. Or like, like sometimes I look at, people that are like in a 2-story like hallway or whatever, or like, walkway, but they're leaning on the rail that's like leading to a drop.
Right.
And I'm like, would they die? The darkest thoughts.
Because I know as a kid, I went to the highest part of I had a single story, like ranch style house growing up. I went to the highest part of like my roof with a black trash bag because obviously that's a parachute. It didn't even fill up with air by the time I hit the ground. But I hit the ground, no broken bones, no sprains, no nothing. So I know that, well, that had to have been 18 feet.
Yeah.
I know you can do that without any injuries.
See, so I feel like 30 feet, I feel like you'll definitely break something, but you're not, I don't think you're going to die. But I guess, if you go head first, you really got to do it clean, right?
Yeah.
So party over, and then it kind of rushes to what I assume is the next year. They don't tell you a year later. It's just like the new school year.
Oh, you're right. They don't. Yeah.
Yeah. And, we get introduced to our main character, Tasha, who at first is trying to have a meeting with the head of the college newspaper.
Yep.
And we get, what's her name, like Clancy?
Yes. Yes.
Everyone has like Ruth Bader Ginsburg names. I was like, why does that name sound so old? Clancy. Madison's kind of like an old name now.
Right.
But it's weird, right? But she meets up with with Clancy, who's the head of the paper, and it kind of feel like she's like kind of feeling her out, like, hey, what's your situation? Like, are there any pieces that you have that's gotten traction?
Right, because she kind of almost starts off on a bad foot because she shows up late, but then she's like so enthusiastic about being part of the paper, and she's like, hey, I know you're the Clancy, you're the person who wrote about the girl who died here last year, and that was such a great piece. I'm like a huge fan of yours. And it was all of a sudden it was like, oh, well, if you like me, then maybe we could
work it out.
Yeah.
But
that made it sound like we're like 2002. Maybe we should hook up. Yes, not like that, but it was like you're a fan of me, so I will allow you. I will give you a second chance on this paper.
There's nothing wrong with trying to butter up your interviewer a little bit.
Right.
You got to know where the line is.
Yeah.
But she's like, hey, we're actually trying to update, modernize the way that we tell our news. So we want to do like more social media platforms. And do you have any like what's your follower count? And she's like, oh, I have like 100,000.
Yeah.
And oh my god! And then she's like, "Oh yeah, I could definitely like video edit, CapCut and all that stuff." And so she's like, all right, you know what? If you can bring me something kind of newsworthy in 24 hours.
Yep. Give me like a little promo piece.
Yeah, then yeah, you're on. And so Tasha, she goes to where they're like all the like sororities and frats are like trying to find new pledges.
Right. We actually got the tables out and stuff and they're like recruiting.
Yeah. And then we get introduced to, what's her name? Is it Leslie? Or no, it's like Gabriella. Yeah. Introduced to Gabriella. She looks like she's pretty hoity-toity. she's like on a stool with her with her legs crossed, and she's like telling girls like, "Oh no, you're not new data material," and all that stuff. But Tasha comes up and she's like, "Hey, do you want to join?" and everything. And I was like, "Oh, let me get you some pamphlets." Because we're all out because we're so popular.
Right. She got the look.
Yeah.
She got the look to fit into that sorority.
Yeah, but then like another sorority, like while Gabrielle is gone, another sorority's like, "Hey, don't go there." You know, they're like super famous for like their ruthless hazing.
Yeah.
A girl died there last year, but then Tasha kind of rebuffs her and she's like, "Oh, I'm fine, don't worry." Like sort of acting up the role.
Right.
Gabrielle comes back, she's like, "Hey, don't worry." She's like fat, so we didn't let her in. So she said something mean along those lines, right?
Right. But it's a good acting. Like you could, whether or not she wants to or not, she plays up the part of, "Oh, why is your sorority asking me?"
Yeah.
In front of Gabrielle, so it makes her look.
Yeah. So she knows how to play the role.
Yeah.
She's like, "Hey, this frat's gonna have a party. Why don't you come? I can introduce you to the other girls, and like I want to let you know I don't usually tell people this because I'm not allowed to, but I like you. So let's see if we can get the other girls to like you too."
Yeah.
And so she gets ready for they go to the party and everything. She actually is. She's like filming everything, which is like not uncommon nowadays, but it's like super blatant.
Yeah. Yep.
And the girls Gabriella catches her. She's like, "Hey, like I'm so glad you made it." Really buttering her up to pledge.
Right. Yep.
Obviously having a rushy. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, just a rush.
Yeah, like having a rush die the previous year has sort of sullied the name of New Theta Gamma or whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
So, but like she's like still wants to uphold the beauty standard and all that stuff.
Yeah, and they've got Madison. Yeah. She's the one. She's kind of the social media director. Mm-hmm. So they're like, they're taking lots of pictures, but then everything kind of gets filtered through Madison to make sure that nobody's holding the wine glass because they're, not supposed to have wine in the sorority house, to make sure that like they all look good. Make sure like you can't see too much party in the background.
Yeah. Because like, connections can get you so far, but like if you're trying to work someplace and they start digging through your life, you're like, "Oh, we can't have her. Look at her underage drinking."
Right. Yep. Yeah, actually, I've heard of lots of places doing that. They like before your interview, they'll go through like your social media and stuff, and if there's too many red questionable actions, pictures, they'll.
No, so she actually bumps into her like love interest Thomas in this movie. They have a little cute meet cute.
Yep.
And all that stuff, so it looks pretty cool. But after Tasha's able to gather some like material, she puts together a little piece. She posts it on what was it, like Peeps or whatever, like their social media.
Yeah.
It actually garners a couple, like a couple thousands of views, a lot of comments and all that stuff, and so. The what's it called? She shows it to Clancy.
Yep, and Clancy's impressed.
And she's like, "Okay, cool. Like I know you lied, but the fact that you're able to grab the attention of the audience,
you could trend without that many followers.
Let's see what you can do after you build followers and see how much more you can trend."
Yep.
Because Clancy wants to get a internship at the New York Journal or whatever. Who So that's cool. And so, but Gabriella also meets up with her and like, "Hey, you have to take the video down. You're kind of making this look bad."
Right. And it's just like that could be super awkward because she's like, "Oh crap, I just kind of crapped on your sorority." But Gabrielle's like, "Yeah, no, it's awesome that like how much attention it got, but we can't have you have that up. So take it down."
Yeah, but you got skills.
Yeah.
So we still want you.
Yeah.
And so she's able to, like, Tasha's doing her research. She's like looking at the hashtag like Rush Day OOTD and everything. And so she's doing her research to really fit in with the sorority.
Right.
And so when they first get their invitations to go to Rush Week,
Yep.
we meet a couple of new people, but she gets caught by Madison trying to take a video of the girl who passed away.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah. And these, like most of the time you can take pictures and videos wherever you want as long as like they get filtered through me.
Yep.
But on like these closed meetings, like
No phones.
No phones.
All right. And so they're trying to do like a whole introduction. They're introducing like what's going to happen during Rush Week. Everyone has to get on the Peeps app. And then there's going to be anonymous like accounts issuing you challenges that you have to complete within 30 minutes or you're dropped.
Right. And so it's kind of their way around where like they blamed the girl dying the previous year on like the hazing.
Yeah.
And so here they're like, we're not going to haze you, but you will get these random dares and you have to do them. And when you do them, you have to film them. And then like we will pick sorority sisters by the amount of popularity of their.
And while they're doing this, Tasha is again blatantly filming it like like she's not even trying to hide it. And I'm like, hey, put that phone down. Like what are you doing? It's not even like, it doesn't even look natural the way you're holding it.
It was like, so it's been a long time since I've been to a strip club, but went to a strip club and you're obviously not allowed to pull out your phone and start taking pictures.
Yeah.
But I had like my obnoxious friend and he's all like holding the phone up to his ear. I hold my phone up, my hand up to my ear, like you can't see it. But it's like, so like he's talking and then he's just like turning his head and like taking pictures. But like they like no aiming, just like hopefully it's the right direction. Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of creepy now how easy it is though, because once you have it connected to your smartwatch, you just gotta wear like a shirt with like a little pocket.
That's true. Yep.
And then just like with your watch, you're just like
right. Yeah, we were at a comic convention, and one of my friends was right before Stan Lee passed away, and he was doing autographs, and they were like, "Oh no pictures," and so my friend put the video. Started the video and put his camera in his pocket.
Yeah.
And then he walked up and, talked to Stan and had Stan sign the thing. And they walked off and like the video, he had good muscle dexterity in his breast muscle. Like it was well aimed.
The funny thing though is like, I think in like Japan, there's no phone that doesn't have the, like, it's like ingrained on the phone that if you take a photo, it has to do the flash. Because
to make it really obvious.
Yeah, because then they have a huge issue with like people taking secret photos and stuff like that.
Right.
I think that's a good idea.
At least make the click somund or something. Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, no. So after that, she makes friends with Jada, who's another like a Rushy. And all that stuff, but she takes the video to Clancy, and Clancy at this point is just like, "Hey, you know what? This might be a little too dangerous. You should probably get yourself out of there." And she's like, "No, don't you? You need to do this so you could have this piece to show, to qualify for that internship, to show that you can run."
Yep.
A publishing.
Run a paper,
like a paper, and all that stuff. And she's like, oh, I can't with you right now. And so this is like a good majority of this like part of the movie. It's going to be a whole bunch of dares that Tasha's having to do, but her dares seem fairly dangerous. It starts off pretty light.
It starts off really tame, like kind of goofy, like, ooh, it could be dangerous, but it's, not.
Yeah, like the first one is like, hey, steal this frat's portrait of their mascot,
which is a pig in like a sailor suit.
I like it. I'm not gonna lie.
Admiral Pig.
Admiral Oink.
Yeah.
Or go to the dean's office or the principal or whatever, the headmaster's office, and steal all of his diplomas.
Yeah.
Fairly tame, kind of like, I feel like a lot of like college staff kind of expects that sort of shenanigans.
Right. Yep. And it's kind of interesting because like she's supposed to film herself, so they do it like some movies do, where they have the little black bar on the side, and you can see what people are. As she's like live streaming her stealing. She's got to like she gets caught, and so she convinces the. It must be because it's like the frat house of like very attractive but very stupid people.
Well, like the guy that she's into is also there, and so he kind of helps back her up.
Yeah.
She's like, I have to take this to an art restorer. The college asked me to do it. If I don't do it, like, I might get fired.
Right, I was supposed to do it earlier today. That's why it's 2:00 in the morning, because I forgot. I have to get it in by the morning.
You're like, oh, all right, just give it back.
Yeah.
And like everyone on her chat's like, those guys are stupid. And it feels fairly small, but then it starts to progress. I forgot what her dares were.
So one was she had to get up on a table in the lunchroom and make a speech.
Oh yeah.
So she made a speech about how bad the food was.
I know, if you're paying that much for tuition, the food can at least be decent.
His daughter was just going to college, and she said that like through the semester.
Yeah.
It was like the first like month the food was great, and then it got worse, and then it went all like the cereal all went to generic, and like, you know, and then the by the end it was like just wilted lettuce and like bruised apples.
Yeah, but she noticed that there's something up with Madison, who's her social media director, and so she kind of tries to talk to her, but Madison kind of rebuffs her. She's like, hey, listen, I can tell you this much, but really there's nothing else I can tell you. If you want to ask more, why don't you go ask Clancy? I see you talk to her, and she's the one that wrote the paper.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
And she records that, but it's like there's no juice. No juice in it.
Yeah, like what was the point of that conversation? She's obviously not going to tell you. She's been a sister for how long, right?
Right, yeah.
And new love runs deep. They say it like it's the fucking May the Force be with you.
Yes.
Yeah, so through this movie, her dares get progressively more dangerous until we get to, like, there's one where she's like, oh, climb down a frat house or climb up a sorority house.
Yeah.
I was like, is that really a dare you guys want to give to somebody? Because didn't someone fall off a house?
Right, yeah.
But like she does it while she's high. Because the sorority gave them like what's it called, like edible
gummies, and she didn't realize, and so she and Clancy sit down and just eat a whole bag of them.
Yeah. And they're like, I am flying.
Right, and then the dares come in, and you have like, once you pick or once you accept or read the dare, you have 30 minutes to complete it.
Yeah, so she's like stumbling, and fortunately she doesn't die.
Right.
All right.
But then she starts getting some people who are like, oh, that's bad taste for, picking that dare because of the girl who died last year.
Yeah, you guys stupid. Why would you do that? Yeah. It gets pretty bad. But like, and also like during this whole time, she's having sort of tension with Gabriella, even though Gabriella's the one that brought her in.
Right.
But it's because like Tasha's like kind of digging, but she's doing it pretty subtly. It isn't as blatant as like her fucking phone.
Yeah. Right. And Gabrielle's like, I want to be your friend, but I can't because you're not a sister yet. Yeah. So like every time they start to have a conversation, all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait, I'm getting too close to you. Let me be rude to you for a minute.
Pause. Right? Yeah, exactly. But then it I think all of it kind of escalates because her and Clancy have a falling out after this dare, and then it like escalates to where she's like, "Hey, bring this package to the abandoned academic building or run across a active highway."
Yeah.
I was like, if I had to pick, I'm going up that building.
Right.
All right. But when she gets there, she's in the elevator, and then all of a sudden, it like stops and it falls. And I was like,
yeah, and at that point, she's even having fun with it because she's like all like joking into the camera. She's like, "Yeah, I got to go to this top of the building. What I got to do? Get up there and wrestle an angry frat boy,
Yeah, but then
all of a sudden the elevator gets stuck, and she starts
freaking out, and then it falls. Thankfully, it didn't fall too high, and it's like one of those industrial elevators. So
I got like confused for a second because she had put the package down, and then the elevator fell, and I thought that it like hit the ground, and it was like a big boom, and I was like, was the box that she was supposed to bring up to the top, did that explode? But it didn't. It was just the elevator fell, which is still bad.
Yeah, it's still bad, but I guess, because it's an industrial, it didn't like crush her.
Right.
And I think now they have like those safety things for elevators, right? So it doesn't fall.
Yeah.
It has like brakes if it goes over a certain speed.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you can fall like one floor, but not.
Yeah, not like to your death.
Yeah.
Do you remember like, hey, like, do you remember one of those questions like if an elevator's falling, you have to jump?
Oh, I remember that. Yes.
So stupid. Oh man, but she kind of freaks out. Like during this time, like she goes back to her room. It's all messy, and so she freaks out. She goes to Jada, who was another Rushi, like we mentioned, and she spends the night at Jada's.
Oh, right? So she gets back and her room is ransacked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking ahead.
Yeah, it's super ransacked and all that stuff. But yeah, she goes to Jada and she sleeps there. But Jada gets the ring in the middle of the night.
Right, for her dare.
And her dare is, again, like super bad. She's like, the dare's like, blow for blow. Do blowjobs, give somebody a blowjob, or do some coke.
Or do some blow. Yeah.
I was like, yo, you cannot live stream any of those things.
Right, it was like, yeah.
Like, that is intense.
And then she opens the door and there's just like a little box there. She opens it up. There's a lot of coke in that little bag. Well, like when she pulls it out, I'm like, oh, it's a little. And then she opens it up and she dumps it on, and it's like a pile.
Should have just made like a really thin one. But then I guess it was tampered with, right?
Yeah.
But like I was like also thinking, I was like, what if she chose the blowjob? Was there just gonna be a guy?
This is the dirtiest dick.
It's a homeless dude. Oh no. We don't know what time of the year it is. What if it's summertime? It was like extra vinegary.
So he's got AIDS. It's just gonna kill you really slow.
It's so bad. So, but she does the blow, like she does the coke, and I don't know if she does all 3 lines that she put up or she just did one.
It looked like she did it all.
Jesus, just no. So she dies.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because then like she definitely didn't look dead.
She just looked like she's sleeping.
Yeah. But the next scene is like her in a body bag.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, she died.
Not just going to the hospital.
Yeah.
She's dead.
Yeah. So, but
I was like, doing that much coke? Yeah, no, you're not going to sleep for like 48 hours.
Oh, right. Yeah. I thought that's what was going to happen because it showed her back in bed.
Right.
Or like in her like sleeping bag, and she's like on her phone, and then next morning, boom, dead. But she ends up, Tasha goes back to her place. Thomas is there, and it feels like they're going to have just like, she's like, today's been crazy. Because then she goes to the sorority house.
Right.
And she's like, this happened, but they're like, sorry, Gabriella, you're out. You didn't complete the dare. The cops take her in, and she's like, did it. And then, like, the cop is like, I can't believe you ratted out your sisters.
And she's like, what?
Yeah.
You're new too?
New love runs deep.
Boom.
Right? I was like, yo, this is super unprofessional.
It is. And then she's like, we don't have anything to hold you on. Just don't leave town.
Yeah. She's like, somebody has to take the fall.
Yep.
And you were the only one there with her.
Yep.
I was like, oh my God, they're going to freaking frame this girl. And then when she goes there, she finds out that Clancy has taken her spot because she finds out that Clancy was Clancy had told her, like, oh, I had rushed there, but my friend Sophia died.
Yeah.
And, So, but now
And then Clancy looks totally different. She's like, I threw away my nerd glasses,
I know, she's
and
all
I got
poshed
this
up.
like weird hairstyle.
Yeah, it's the classic mean girl looking hairstyle.
Yeah, but like from the 80s. I don't know.
Yeah, very posh. All right, and so
And Gabrielle still says things to her that are like, yeah, you're my sister, but I don't really want you to be. Because she's like, these shorts are a little uncomfortable. Gabrielle's like, oh, don't worry. We can find some shorts that'll fit those thick thighs.
she's like, my thighs are thick. It's a little slight jab, right?
Yeah.
But we also find out that the sorority wasn't the one that trashed her room. It was the frat boys.
Right, because they was looking for their pig picture.
Such a weird photo. So that kind of causes a rift between her and Thomas. And all that stuff. But what's it called? Tasha is able to, because we kind of find out what Tasha's whole motivation has been this entire time, because she's able to talk to Madison.
Yeah.
But she's like, Sophia was somebody I knew back in high school, and I had actually ruined her life because I was like the editor of the newspaper there, and there was a rumor that her father, who was the principal, had slept with a student. I didn't have concrete like evidence,
But I published it anyway.
because views. It got rebuked later, but the damage was already done.
Right.
And so everyone
Right.
called
And she
her
actually
a whore.
makes that comment way early
Yeah.
to Clancy. Because Clancy's like, asks her about something, and she's like, well, I always got to make sure I get all the facts because I wrote a story once that, didn't follow the rules, and it, blew up in my face.
Ruined some lives. Right. And so, but now Tasha and Madison and Thomas are all like, all right, this is what we're going to do because, I finally figured it out. Like, cause then she gets, Madison to give her all of the footage that she has collected.
Right. Because, everybody sends her everything, and then she just saves it on a hard drive and then goes through and edits out, the pictures that are worthy of being Insta posts.
Right. But then she sees some faults in Clancy's story, where she's like, oh, she said she wasn't even there that day that Sophia died.
Right.
And then they looked at, like, they saw the report, the coroner report, that Sophia had, like scratches on her face. And then it does, like, a little cut to Gabriella's, like, nails.
Yeah.
I was like, I think a lot of other girls have nails, but okay.
True.
But the photos showed all three of them going up to the roof.
Right.
And they're like, well, we don't have proof. But Tasha's like, I can get it. I can get a confession.
Right. And they're like, how are you going to do that? It's like, well, they don't know that
We don't.
we only have a couple still pictures and it's not a video of everything that happened. So we're just going to bluff and see if they spill the beans.
Right. So Tasha, like, anonymously hits up Gabriella and Clancy, and it's pretty much the same deal. Like, go up there or go up there.
Yeah.
And she spills it all. She's like, I have a video of Gabriella, or I have a video of Sophia falling, and then the two of you are up there.
Yep.
And then she starts to break it down. Gabriella, like, surprisingly, is the first one to break.
Yeah.
She's like, I was adopted. I have a BMW, but, like, this is all I have. People here worship me,
right?
They follow me because, like, when I get into the real world, I'm a nobody unless I have these connections.
Yeah.
And Clancy is, like, done a whole 360,
right,
or 180, whatever the term is. And she's all like, she was in the way. And she wanted that internship too, but because Sophia was prettier, skinnier, and more popular than me, she was gonna get it.
Yep.
Because the editor for the New York Journal is also a new theta. I was like, Jesus, like, freaking, you guys are out here like sleeper agents. Were you a part of, like, a fraternity?
I wasn't. I think about it. I think back to college, and I was like, I should have.
Yeah, but I, like, we actually had Corey was a part of fraternity, and he hasn't used those connections. So I was like, whatever.
Right. Was like somebody who's like in the military, and then they're like, they're like, somewhere and they're like, oh yeah, we're Squad 54, and they're like, oh, Squad 54, come on in, free drinks, come on, whatever.
It's like subtle perks, like little perks in life.
You could tell by the way I said that I was also not in the military.
I know, right? And so, but they're able to sort of get the confession out. Clancy tries to attack Tasha, but then she like fails and falls, and she's like kind of begging for her life, but only her like one knee is like off the edge.
Yeah, that was unfortunately that was the weakest part of this whole movie. It was like you're not hanging off the edge. It's not like you're begging for you're just laying there. It's like you're laying on like a diving board. Yeah. Like you just sit up. You're fine.
It's like so funny though. It's like the funniest part of this movie. She's like, "Come on, you don't want me to die. I have to live with Sophia dying. You're not the type to do that."
Yep. Right.
And like Tasha, who had just been crying her eyes out because she was begging to get them to lower their guard to spill all the beans, she helps her up and she's like, "You're stupid." But no, like the two end up going to jail because like Gabriella's like for aiding and abetting or whatever, or being an accomplice to murder, and then Clancy is, well, she's the murderer.
Right.
And they're both crying, and then Madison extends hey, we have 2 spots to be a sister. Do you want to do that? And she's like, "No, I don't."
Right.
But me and you will be friends for life.
Trauma bond.
Because Madison was like the only actually prior, like we didn't get introduced to the other sisters, but Madison was like the one that's like a kind of a decent person. Because we were like, like they're like, you could see it in her face, the conversations that Gabriella is having with other people. And she's like, "You're going too far."
Right. Yep.
But then we get to a year later. Now, what's it called? Tasha is like a reporter, like a small time reporter. For like the university or whatever. They've fully kind of integrated to a social media news outlet.
Right. And so she's more like a
reporter.
Yeah.
And all that stuff, and like all like we get a glimpse of another sorority watching it. They're like, "She's my favorite. What a queen, bad bitch."
Yep.
But then they get an anonymous dare,
right?
And then they look into the TV. They look into your soul,
right? And it's almost like, oh hey, the idea that started here and got publicized because of the news has now gone national. Because of the news. Good job. Right. You spread the dare disease. Right.
Like, it's funny though, unless you're like unless you have somebody that's really good at like technology, like you're not completely anonymous because those things are tied to a certain IP address.
Right.
It could be like rooted back to like, oh, that was his phone. He's the one that said to do that.
But I guess it was supposed to be that like somebody could text the dare into this posh whatever, and then it would randomly send that dare to one of the people.
Oh, okay.
And so it was supposed to be like, that's totally how it was anonymous, because it was supposed to be like this automator was sending the dares out, but somebody was sending them in. So I guess it was like, wouldn't really, like the police wouldn't be anonymous. They could pull up the thing and see who was sending the stuff in.
Yeah, or at least where it originated from.
Yeah.
But the movie ends there. This is primo Lifetime schlock right here.
Right. Yep.
So usually we have our other segment, high star, low star, but because this movie is pretty new and it's a Tubi original movie, there's not any reviews onto it. So we're
right.
Being Colby, which we're gonna really start next movie or next week, but we're going to make up some reviews for you here. And as you guys know, Colby is a high review or high star all star.
Yes.
So Colby, in your alternate personality persona,
I'm not sure that this would necessarily get a 10 out of 10. But you probably would get somebody who gave this a 9 out of 10, and it would be like, this movie really reminded me of the 90s horror movies. It's like, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and with the vein of I make things up on the spot about as badly as I just read them. So yeah,
I guess we could just.
That was so bad. I apologize, guys.
Kobe's so bad at improv. He never took that college class. So you just say like 9 out of 10. Like it was entertaining.
Yeah,
and all that stuff. Well, like here, what are some of the things that you liked about it?
Actually, the acting was pretty decent for being all people I'd never seen before. No complaints on the acting. The story ran smooth. There was no boring parts.
Yeah.
The dares were all fun. Like it was, and there was enough of them that it kept it entertaining.
Yeah.
And they were like, some of them were goofy enough.
Yeah, they have to pad the time a little bit with some goofy.
That's
some
true.
dares
That's true.
Until the escalation.
There's no blood for people who are like
squeamish.
I don't hate gory movies.
All right. Here we'll do the low star one. Let's think about a title. Oh, okay. Here's a title. Lifetime. If it was a sci-fi original. This gets a 1 out of 10. I can't believe I wasted 82 minutes on this schlock. What was this? A high school production of a Lifetime serial killer movie? Gosh, the serial killer wasn't even that awesome. She was just a fat chick. Like some of these, like when we read low star like reviews in the past, they're like super brutal,
right?
And sometimes it has like no real indication on the story, or like it has no real impact the review on the story, but like more on the appearances and the actresses.
Right. And if you give it a 1 star, then you have to also say, I had to turn this off 45 minutes in.
Oh my God, I can't even believe I spent 30 minutes watching this movie. God, 30 minutes I'll never get back. I am going to be completely ruthless on these low star folks or FAUX reviews. I don't know how to say that word. Fox?
Just faux reviews.
Faux reviews, right? Just because like sometimes like these low star reviews just have no real grounds to stand on to review a movie that they never really finish.
Yeah, how do you review a movie you don't even finish?
Right. My eyelids got heavy in the first 10 minutes. What kind of college movie has sorority girls and no boobs?
That is a possible complaint. I could definitely see
somebody that complaint. But for me, honestly, this movie actually ran much more coherently than I thought it was going to be. Like you said, the last part where Clancy's hanging off, like her leg is hanging off the roof, and she's like begging for her life was probably the funniest thing, just because it's like, girl, just get up. Like, just roll over.
Yeah.
But the characters seemed pretty decent. I was kind of like disappointed with the Jada line because it felt like the way that she acted in the movie, it was sort of like indifferent. Like she's like, oh yeah, Tasha.
You know, I feel like they intentionally had her play it that way because there's a couple times where she was so indifferent that I was like, oh, she's the killer.
Yeah. It's weird, but I was like, oh, I guess they bonded because I think like somewhere in the beginning of the movie, they're like, I think we're the only 2 black girls.
Right, yeah, because they make that joke. They were like, but we can't just only hang out with each other because then they'll be like, oh, they only hang out with you two.
And I was like, that was a solid like line because like it's funny. It's like probably one of the more better observational humor that they had there because like even with like with like the groups that I kind of came up with too, like I wasn't really super deep with the Filipinos in like school. I had like more of like a pretty diverse friend group.
Right.
Like a couple white friends, a couple black friends, a couple Hispanic friends. Kind of like it made it interesting, And plus, like when you get to go to those parties, you get to have their food. You know what I'm saying? Like I love. Like I was like on my Mexican friend. I feel so weird saying that. Like I have a Mexican friend, but that was like the first time I got. That was the first time I ever went to a party that they had like a taco man there. And he just made tacos.
Right.
It was amazing. Same with whenever I used to bring friends to like family parties, like we'd have like a whole pig. Like, bro, is that a whole pig? Yes. Got to get the skin. It's so crunchy.
Yes,
You've been.
Yes.
Right? So that's a fun way, through food, it's a fun way to like kind of like taste or like share culture and all that stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So it's funny that when she said that, because I definitely have had that conversation in college, it was like, yo, we can't just be the only people that hang out outside of class. We gotta invite more people. I don't want to look like, the Asians only hang out with the Asians.
Right. Yep. And then also they did like in the movie they did the thing where they were one of the dares was like steal a bottle of alcohol from the liquor store.
That's super illegal.
And it's super illegal. But she was like, I'm like the only black person. They don't realize how much more dangerous this dare is for me specifically.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Thomas points that out.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you're black. You're going to get shot.
Right? Like the dare was pretty extreme. It was like, steal a bottle of liquor from a liquor store, or was it like break in somewhere?
Yes.
Something that you don't want to. They were both pretty terrible dares.
Right. Yeah.
That was gonna get like police involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a good and it's funny, it wasn't so in your face. Like, how especially like a lot of these lower budget movies tend to do it. They kind of push this like woke narrative into your thing. Right. And this one was much more subtle, and it's just like it's played off as a joke. But it's like it still has the serious intent in it.
But yeah, it totally stuck with me. It's one of those things like I wouldn't have thought of. And then as soon as they said it, I was like, that is unfortunately so true. Yeah. Like, you stupid white privilege. You could just kind of sneak in and just be like, hey, guy.
Yeah.
Walk out. They'd be like, hey, you get back here.
And they get shot at.
But they get, yeah.
And so the story wise, it was a decent film for a Tubi original.
Yeah.
Not a lot of them. We always talk about practical effects, but this really didn't have it. But yeah, everyone acted. Everyone kind of brought their A game. They tried to make things work. Gabriella really came off like as a great villain.
Right.
I gotta say, Madison, she came off really great, looking like conflicted with like the actions of the sorority, but also super piercing blue eyes.
Yes.
I thought they were fake. I was like, did they give her context? Because Jesus, like, your eyes are so beautiful. Wait, that's not her. Yeah, and it's funny because you would really think like she would be the villain,
right? I guess maybe she's blonde. They kind of played her a little more, like the ditzy, like because usually there's like the group and there's like the blonde one kind of gets to play the little bit ditzier part.
Yeah, but this one, like Madison is probably one of the only people in this thing that looks like she has like a possible future in social media like managing.
Oh yeah, yes,
and she has a moral compass. Oh right. Yes, please. Yeah. All right, we're coming up to our hour. We're cutting it a little shorter today. The movie is only a good 82 minutes. Very tight 82 minutes.
Right, yeah.
And unfortunately, we didn't have any reviews for this one. So, but now we're moving forward with our fake reviews.
I know, like I couldn't. There was like no information. I couldn't tell you like budget or anything.
Very minimal information on the production side of this whole thing. But I kind of like a funny glimpse into what probably like a fraternity life looks like, or like Greek life. That's what they call it, right?
Right.
Yeah. Because I didn't go to like a regular university. I went to like community college and like a vocational school for a little bit. And Kobe went, but he didn't go.
Right. Yeah, I went to UNLV, and UNLV's got a little bit of Greek, but it's not like, I don't want to say like it's not a real college, but it's very much a live off campus college. So
Yeah.
it's got less of that community.
Yeah, it's weird because like I know like UNR they probably have it, but that's because UNR is like a pretty tight college town.
Right.
It's like half casinos, but like they're like mini casinos, really.
Well, you got some colleges where 75% of the people live in dorms.
Yeah.
And like UNLV was like 20,000 people, and they only have whole dorms to hold like 500.
Yeah.
So it's like very few people actually live on campus.
I know, yeah, and then most of them are like people that live in town anyway.
Right.
You know, we have a lot of like even the international students that go there for the hotel management, like they're rich, and so their parents pay for like off living accommodations and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like there's only certain places that have like pretty strong Greek lives, like California. I feel like has it. What's it called? Like in the South.
Yeah, I was gonna say like back east, south. You know, if probably you got like Texas, Georgia, Oklahoma,
Alabama.
the same places that are like, oh, they've got an awesome basketball team or they've got an awesome football team. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like those are the same kind of.
Yeah, New York has it, but it's like a much more posh Greek life.
Right.
Like only like pretty much. I feel like only the elites are in there.
Yeah.
But then again, like NYU, I feel like is a pretty strong like art school, or like they have like a lot of art programs and all that stuff, and right, like they have like a film school, and all
Yeah.
that stuff. So, I don't know. New York is just so much to do too.
And I think that just like you get a college that is very specific on something like art, you have less of that.
yeah, lifestyle.
Where you're gonna have like this is like the the everything college, and so you got like
Yeah,
different
there's-
houses for different majors.
so many clubs and all that stuff. So, yeah, I feel like probably down south, California has a pretty strong Greek life. At least Southern California. I'm not too much sure about north side of California, but yeah. So me and Colby really don't know too much about it. So it was a nice little glimpse of what, like, sort of the toxicity.
I spent like 9 years in college, and I still don't know anything.
Yeah, that's because Colby got to go to college for like he just had to pay taxes.
Yeah, let me tell you, like the employee discount. My mom was a professor at UNLV. Whew, the employee discount is good.
Colby has like 5 degrees. Oh no, but yeah. So thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check out our other like months down below. You know, our Nicolas Cage months, our Demonic Toys months, Danny Trejo, Van Damme months. Well, there's so many months now.
Ninja.
Ninja month. But if this is the first time you guys are joining us, we do our reviews in 4 different sections. We have Stream It, DVD, Blu-ray It, and the Ultimate Box Collection. Colby, where you at?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd watch this again. I'd probably DVD this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Unfortunately, Tubi original. I'm not sure if you get anything extra on a Blu-ray, but especially since we couldn't even find a review. So probably DVD. There's no special effects or anything. No bonuses.
Yeah.
To go higher than that.
Yeah, I think for me, I would say Stream It, not for like the quality of the actual movie, but if this really did play off more like a slasher, I would probably say DVD it.
Right.
Because, us here at the Who Watches This podcast, we love horror films.
I was right.
And if this was like a little good old traditional college slasher, I think it'd be pretty cool to put on the books. But yeah, as far as like for right now, it kind of feels like almost like a college film, like someone's like thesis or whatever they call it.
Yeah. And I feel like you guys should all go watch this, because I feel like if they got enough views, there is definitely they didn't leave it cliffhanger, but there's potential for a sequel to this, and a sequel they could amp it up and
make it a slasher.
Make it a slasher.
Right. Yeah, because there's a very dangerous aspect to like when they introduced the rush system that they're gonna do now, just because it also minimized like the liability towards the actual sorority or like the fraternity or Greek system, and it's like an anonymous thing. It's a very dangerous thing to introduce, because
so you get the main actress who's now graduated and in news, and now she's going to other colleges that have implemented this.
Right, she's going to be the Courtney Cox of this whole situation.
Yep.
She'll write a book and everything. And then Thomas is going to be her David Arquette. But definitely watch this movie. It's a fun watch. It's only 82 minutes. Put it on while you're cooking something. Like, oh my gosh.
Right. Yep.
But all right, guys. Make sure to check out our links down below. We have our Amazon affiliate links where you don't have to buy those things, but if you shop on those links, we get a little change on the side.
Yeah, just go into Amazon through us.
And we thank you so much.
So much.
Because we've already reached our spicy chicken sandwich goal.
Supersized.
But we're really trying to make it to Texas Roadhouse one day.
Right. We got our Canadian tuxedos ready to go. Our pressed denim.
And our what's it called? What did I call it? Mullet?
Yeah.
And our mullet wigs.
Oh yeah.
Because Colby will only do a wig. He won't commit.
My hair's terrible long. I've tried to do it. It's bad. But we got our social medias, and we were joking about how like we've got all these episodes. Been trying to post like little clips and stuff on of our old stuff. So if you miss something, you could see the movies that we've done in the past and jump on there and give a listen.
Yeah.
But follow us on Facebook and Insta and Twitter, and we try to keep them interesting, try to keep them active.
Yeah, but life. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out the theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on our album Music for Podcast 3, and her Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.